To start off, I want to ask you about something that as soon as I say it, some people might roll their eyes or wonder, why are we even talking about that now? But that I have to believe is among the more fundamental, if not foundational aspects of nutrition and supplementation for performance. And that's hydration, right? I mean, I think we hear hydration, it's like, okay, we have to drink 6 to 8 glasses of water every day. Our urine should be relatively clear. If it's too dark yellow, we're not doing a good job of hydrating enough. How much of that is true? Is alkaline water worthwhile for changing the alkalinity of my body? I learned when I was in college and graduate school that the alkalinity of the different tissues in your body is very well controlled in order to keep you alive, and that you don't want it to shift too much or you can enter pretty horrible states of seizure, vomiting, and even death. So tell me about hydration, and woven into that, if you would, educate me on electrolytes and hydration, because I think most often when people ingest electrolytes, sure, they could be ingesting salt tablets, probably getting some electrolytes. By the way, electrolytes, sodium, magnesium, potassium through their food. I think most people think about drinking electrolytes. Water and electrolytes, I think, is a vitally important topic to kick this off with.
Sure, we can jump right into your alkaline water. While there's perhaps much to say about this, we can maybe revisit this in another 7-part series all on its own. I would just say it this way. There's probably a few things you should do before worrying about the alkalinity of your water, and I'll just leave it at that.
Meaning the alkalinity of the water is sort of irrelevant?
Not that you won't go that far. It's probably, remember we started off talking about 80-20? Well, this would be in my 99-1 in terms of if we're really at the level of worrying about the pH of your drinking fluid, we have optimized so many other things that then we can talk about it. But until we have nailed months and years of work on other things, this is just not going to make much of an impact.
Great. Then perhaps you could tell us about what volume of water we should be drinking, when we should be drinking that water relative to training, and just generally, and anything else related to water and electrolytes that can improve mental performance, physical performance, and offset any ill effects.
I like the fact that you mentioned physical and mental performance, because it's clear in both cases. We hear that we need to drink more water, and I can give you some numbers, and I will in a second. What we also need to recognize is this is hormesis. We talked about hormesis a few episodes ago, and this is the case, right? Whether we talked about food or hydration, or I think I gave you the example of cyanide, naturally occurring in your food. Hot water is the same way. So if you are underhydrated or dehydrated, then there is a clear negative effect on your body. And as I increase the level or improve the level of hydration, things get better, whether this is physical performance or whether this is mental performance. In fact, we know that a body weight reduction of as low as 2% via dehydration. So imagine you're doing a bout of exercise and you're sweating and you lose 2% of your body weight. That alone is enough to reduce accuracy and performance. So the classic study we talk about here was in basketball players. So shooting accuracy, so free throw shooting, I think is specifically what they looked at. Significant reduction in performance with as little as 2% dehydration. At that level, you also see a significant increase in perception of difficulty of exercise. And so only right at 2%. And again, when I say 2%, I mean percent body weight lost. Right, that's what that means. You start getting to 3, 4, 5% dehydration, you start having a significant reduction in blood volume. And that's incredibly important for endurance. Your blood becomes viscous, it gets hard to pump through, and you're going to start having all kinds of issues.